people on the set of any movie is, of course, the director. So please welcome to Leicester Square, Mike Newell.
How do you do? I'd like to correct you on one point of accuracy. The director is, in fact, the most important person on the set, okay?
Sorry, please forgive me there. I should really know that. I should know that. What do you think of the crowds for your premiere?
I think they're all mad. Every one of them. The hysteria out there, you wouldn't shake us. Listen to them! Go on, shout!
See the control you have. Can you do me a favour? Could you describe the average Harry Potter fan for me?
Well, he starts at 70 and he goes down to about 7. Sometimes he's read all of the books 17 times. Sometimes he's read them only 3 times. Sometimes he's a design engineer, and sometimes he's a schoolboy, and sometimes he's a producer of radio programs. I met so many of them. They're so different. I couldn't possibly tell you what a representative fan is.
They come in all different shapes and sizes and ages. Yes. Now, I want to ask you about working with so many, talented children on this movie. What was it like working with them all on set?
It was absolutely fine, just so long as you trod on their elbows on a fairly regular basis, and then they were okay. They were all right. They were, in fact, absolutely sweet. Of course, the great danger for them, well, for anybody around them, is that they would be brattish. You know, these are films in which the children really are the stars. They're absolutely right at the center of it, and so they have colossal power. This is all about them. It isn't about me. It isn't about anybody else. It's about them. They're there for, these people are there for the kids. And that could so easily turn nasty, you know? But the parents are wonderful, and a good child will always have a good set of parents. And the kids are very curious and very fresh, bright, and they're perfectly prepared to make each new film a completely new experience.
How do you keep energy levels up? Is there lots of sweets and fizzy drinks on set?
Not that I saw. I know that each of them has a kind of a sort of mannerism that they get waylaid by. For instance, Rupert is a tremendous... You'll watch Rupert and you'll be sitting there completely abstracted, and he will then suddenly, very slowly go... And Emma will be off on the planet Zog somewhere, and Dan will be solving theorems in his head. But Dan has this weird thing that he suddenly is attacked by giggles, and it can't be stopped. He simply can't be stopped. And I would go to the first assistant, a wonderful man called Chris Carreras, who had done all of the other films, and I would say, Chris, should I be dealing with this? And he said, no, give me the pleasure. And he would take him off into a corner, and he would talk to him. And if it was really bad, he would take him out of sight and talk to him. And Dan would come back on, and there'd be no trouble. I have no idea what went on, but it was effective.
Now, they've worked together for a number of years now. I think 4 years they've all worked together. And obviously, they've developed a really good friendship as well.
Yeah, I think they have, actually. I noticed when we had a read-through way before the filming started, where everybody came in and they just read the script. And Dan would sit in the middle, Rupert on one side, Emma on the other. And every time that Rupert or Em wasn't quite sure where on the page the line was, Dan's finger would instantaneously point out where they were, and they would continue without any problems whatsoever. So they kind of look after one another.
Now, from my understanding, did Daniel poke fun at you a little bit on set?
Almost certainly. But I'm so tall, and I don't want to go any further with what Dan might be, but I am so tall that my head was almost certainly in the clouds, and I couldn't see him when he was poking fun, which I think the little rat probably knew.
Now, you are the first British director on board the Harry Potter. Would you like to direct another?
Well, I think that anybody who's made one of these films before, Alfonso and Chris, I'm sure that there'll be a very long queue to make the last one.
All right, look, Mike, thank you very much. Congratulations. Let's hear it for Mike Newell, the director of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.